Throughout your childhood, if you're anything like me, then you've watched a lot of cartoons. Most of those cartoons were either alright or memorable, but there are a select group of shows that you completely blocked out of your memory, and these were pretty creepy. We're going to be taking a look at those types of shows today, so with all that being said, let's get on to the nightmare cartoons. First up, let's talk about JJ the Jet Plane. I have no idea why I watched this as a kid. If you have never seen this before and this is literally the first time you're ever seeing these planes with faces on them, then I am very jealous of you. I was unfortunate enough to watch this as a kid, and don't get me wrong, I did love watching this because I was really little and I didn't know what was quality, but looking back on it, this is a literal nightmare. The content of the show itself I guess is fine, but the style is what greatly scares me. You have these baby heads on the planes, and this just looks really messed up. You know, to be completely honest, I wouldn't be surprised if there's some dark secrets behind these planes. Like there were actual babies that were stuffed in, and then they were forced to live their lives as a plane, and then they lost their memory or something, which is why they're so happy and carefree. But everything is so happy here, because when you're a kid watching, you're just like, ooh wee, planes, oh my god, this is so amazing, I love planes talking. But another weird thing about this cartoon is that there is a live action person actually going around talking to the planes. I don't know why that is. She doesn't have that big of a role, but she still does show up every now and again.
Hi, JJ. What's up?
What are you doing there?
I'm working on a puzzle in this newspaper.
A puzzle? What kind of a puzzle?
It's called a maze. The idea is to start here and find your way through all the other lines to here. Try it.
Okay.
Wait guys, I just thought of something. What if she is the one that stuffs the babies into the planes? Well, looks like I gotta make a theory video now. No, but for real, if I keep going on and on about JJ the Jet Plane, I am going to have nightmares about it tonight. So let's move on.
All God's creatures, fresh off the grill. So come on down to Mr. Meaty, where friends meet to eat meat.
Ah, good old Mr. Meaty. It involved a pair of teenage boys working at a fast food restaurant established in the fictional Seanborough Mall. The nerdy, gluttonous, awkward Parker Dinkelman and the charming, popular, but uncaring and self-centered Josh Redgrove. The boys are often placed in bizarre, supernatural, or grotesque situations, though they are also seen dealing with common teenage situations such as dating. Okay, if you watched Mr. Meaty as a kid, I really don't have to explain anything about this show. You probably already were aware of how creepy the show is when you were a kid. The nightmare fuel in Mr. Meaty appears way more often than it should for a kid's show. I remember so many messed up episodes of the show. If you sit down to watch an episode of Mr. Meaty, you're basically signing up for nightmares. I'm honestly not surprised that Mr. Meaty only had 20 episodes total, because kids probably saw this and they were like, oh, why is this happening on my screen? What is going on? Why? Seriously, why did the show exist? Didn't the crew know how terrifying this was for kids? I don't know why I kept watching even though I knew it was scary. I guess I just liked that style back then, but looking back on it now, it's just no.
Gee, that's very nice. Oh, what is this? Some kind of magic act?
Lastly, I want to talk about Mr. Bill. Now, Mr. Bill is not technically a cartoon, but I remember watching this as a kid and I just want an excuse to talk about it in a video. Each Mr. Bill episode would start innocently enough, but would quickly turn dangerous for Mr. Bill. Along with his dog Spot, he would suffer various indignities inflicted by Mr. Hands, a man seen only as a pair of hands. The violence would escalate in each episode, ending with Mr. Bill being crushed or dismembered while squealing in a high-pitched voice, "Oh no!" Now, this show was a parody of other kids' cartoons and shows.
That's okay. Maybe you can find my water wings or something. Oh, wait, don't get me out of here. No.
And I remember watching this as a very young kid, just looking at the puppets and thinking, wow, this is a nice puppet show. And then Mr. Bill just starts getting tortured. I was terrified by this. It's the sort of thing where you look at it at first glance and it's completely innocent, like you don't expect anything bad to happen. But then Mr. Bill will get his legs torn off or something really disgusting happens, and I think any kid who watched it like me probably had nightmares.
Then I'll tighten it up for you.
No, wait, that's too tight. No, wait, that's stop. Oh, ouch. Oh, that's too tight. Hey, can I...
But anyway, that's all for this video. Subscribe for more awesome cartoon videos. Give a thumbs up and comment below to let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.